Before I get into this devlog time, I still love saying devlog time, I kind of want to just mention this. I have just started a absolutely massive project related to this mod, so for the next couple of weeks there might not be as much stuff in these devlog times as possible, because I'm pretty much relying on the rest of the team to fill in stuff. I mean, I will still make the occasional thing because the project that I'm working on is going to be incredibly tiring, so I might need the odd distraction, but for the most part I'm going to be relying on the rest of the team. And as for that project, you might see something about it in about, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. So last time round, Chair updated Fies, and this time round... Wait. Why aren't you bald? Oh, yeah, that's a bit weird. That needs looking at. But yes, I guess I'll talk about that in a sec. What I was going to go to was these two. We have Saiga and Augur have been updated. Saiga was updated by Andrew, and Augur, I believe, was updated by Josef. So we're actually slowly updating Fies. Last time round, as I said, Chair did Fies. I made some of the head, but it's mostly Chair. And same with Pile of Sand. I'm sticking with that name. So the only ones left for Fies updating now is Delta. I believe this is Neo Alpha. Is it Pyron and Saiga? Cider? I'll put the names up here, the concept ones, and then the Rio Troopers, because we have the Rio Trooper V2s up here and the Rio Troopers here. Fies is slowly coming along, and I guess I have to talk about this dude now. I didn't know Blurtle had actually pushed anything to do with Blade yet until I started recording this. Yeah, this is pretty good. I have... Okay, spoilers here. I did notice this earlier. When I set up to record, and I did load up my other world that I've got all the forms and everything saved to, and none of the other forms have been done, so this is the only bit of Blade that has been updated, but you got to admit that looks nice. If this has been updated, did Blurtle push the rest of it? This is the Undead belt, associated with the monsters from Blade. So, yeah, I haven't watched Blade. I believe this is the human undead. I don't have the context. But what I do know is if you use the spirit card, that's what would turn you into this form. And if you use Fusion Eagle, that takes you into this form. Why does it keep on... Oh. I was just like, why does it keep on letting me change the form? I should have locked that out. Look, the belt's opening. It's 2 different forms. But yes, this is Fusion Eagle. If you remember a few episodes ago, I mentioned the fact we added the 2 cards. That's the monstrous version of the end used in the Shinkenja crossover. This was the undead that was associated with that, so yeah, we had to add that. I still find this kind of weird. So there was a few issues with the last update I did, and whenever there's a game-breaking bug, I always like to add a couple of things into the update as an apology. And what I decided to do was update Black RX. So yes, we have an updated Masked Rider. If that's the name you want to use, I'm just going to call it Black RX. I think this looks absolutely amazing. I think I did a pretty good job on the way that these shoulders look. The shading looks great. I think this is a massive improvement. And yes, I did the Cheeseman variant. There's going to be people that don't understand the Cheeseman. Everybody, hit like on this video if you're friends with the Cheeseman. But yes, this is an SIC version, which is essentially what if Shadow Moon, or as we call him, the Cheeseman, got the RX upgrade the same way Black did. So I think this looks amazing. So I updated these. and Andrew actually helped out and updated X, which does mean, where are you? The Dark X from the Pachinko games have also been updated, as well as Fake X. You wonder what the difference is in between X and Fake X? This is slightly blue. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, I just recorded this entire devlog, went to edit, and then remembered I forgot something. This is Shocker Rider number 1. Now, it's nothing special because he's been in the mod for a while, but during a PS1 game, or PSX, whichever you want to call it, if you played as the Shocker Rider and completed the game, there's an extra little bit at the end where Shocker Rider 1 would go through an upgrade. And well, I added that upgrade. This is the Saikyo Kaijin Shocker Rider, or Strongest Kaijin, or Greatest Kaijin, is what we decided to go with in the mod. This looks absolutely amazing in my opinion. I still love the way the particle effects look. This looks amazing. I absolutely love it when we can reference something obscure in Kamen Rider history, and this definitely is one of them. So let me know, is there anything else like this you would love to see us add? So that's pretty much everything for this devlog. Now there is a few other things in the background, but I want to keep some of it for later on, and not really been too much worked on this last week. As I said, I am working on a massive project at the moment. I don't know how much I want to say about that project, but I am intending to do devlogs and record stuff as I'm developing it, and I'm going to upload that as like one massive video in like 4 or 5 weeks. That's if the whole thing doesn't completely collapse. And I'm going to pretty much end this here. So if you've enjoyed this for even a split second, please do consider the like button, subscribing if you're not already. Any and all support is so greatly appreciated. So till next time, goodbye. And again, I'm sorry for the short devlog.